Krishna is saying, Nihabi karma nashasti pratyavana vidyate. There is no loss and diminution on the path of devotional service. And if we, for example, end it at bhajana kriya, then next life we start from steadiness. We start from the next level, or from the same level, but we go on. We take birth and we again very quickly become very fast. We come to bhajana kriya, and then we go further to nishta and so on. Anata nivriti, nishta and so on. So this is one way of how things can be or could go, in what direction could go. And the second one that Prabhupada often speak about is Lord Chaitanya's special mercy upon devotees. That even though maybe they could not advance too fast from stage to stage, but they really internally dedicated their life to spreading Lord Chaitanya's mission, to book distribution, to preaching. And then Lord Chaitanya can annihilate all of our impurities and just bring us very quickly, or just give us bhava, give us everything he wants to give us, necessary to go for us to go back home, back to Godhead. Most common, of course, is that devotees, they just take birth in another family of devotees next life, and they just continue their advancement.
So if we cannot reach Baba, then there is two options that Lord Chaitanya can help, or we can have a second chance. In this case, Vishnudutas or Yamadutas, who will be there to take us?
Yamadutas never come for devotees. It's stated in the 6th canto. Yamaraj is saying very clearly to the Yamadutas that never approach any devotees. They're not in your custody. They're in the custody of the Supreme Lord. And he's repeating the same thing, the same idea he's repeating in there is a very beautiful story in Nrsimha Purana regarding the sage Markandeya. And Yamadutas tried to take away the sage Markandeya, but he was a boy actually, 16 years boy. He was very, very devoted to the Lord Narasimhadev. And Yamadutas could not grab him, and they came frustrated to Yamaraj and said, who is he? Why we cannot take him? And Yamaraj said, he's a devotee, he's a Vaishnava, you don't have any power over them. Therefore, according to Shastras, devotees never meet Yamadutas. And therefore, it's either Vishnudutas, it can be the spiritual master also somehow manifest, like it was the case with Sudama Maharaj, a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, who unfortunately he fell down. But at the end of his life, he had cancer. At the end of his life, he saw Srila Prabhupada and he said, Srila Prabhupada, you are here, you came for me. He just dropped dead. So therefore, the spiritual master can appear also at the time of death for a sincere disciple. So it's either Paramatma is showing a nadi or a channel to which to pass from one body to another. Either Vishnudutas are coming. Usually Vishnudutas are coming already for the perfected souls to take them from the material world to the spiritual world. But in the case of devotees, either Paramatma is showing them, is accompanying them, or the spiritual master is manifesting, which technically is the same team. And sometimes I heard also that the deities that you worship the whole of your life, they will come at the time of death and will direct you to your next destination. So if you take care about Gaur-Nitai very nicely, then Gaur-Nitai will take care about you at the time of death.
Before you came, we were discussing with Satpuch that before come, we are choosing our families according to our security. No? Yes, so they are showing us different types of families which we can buy with our money security. Then and I forget my question.
She
And
wants
you're
to ask
choosing your options?
how can we choose
You're choosing
where
your options?
we born?
Where you heard this?
From Chaitanya Chandracharan Prabhu.
The devotees are choosing their families in which they are taking birth.
That people before taking birth, they choose which family they can born, and he said we should choose. If we don't know what to choose, choose the country where many temples.
It was a public lecture,
I think so. It was so long.
so it was an outreach lecture, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I think for outreach he could speak like that just to encourage people. But from the point of view of Shastras, I never heard it from Srila Prabhupada saying that a devotee is choosing his family. I would definitely not choose Romania, to take birth. And because Mokshupa also would definitely choose another family, because sometimes we were wondering why we took birth in this family, in this country. Therefore, maybe for public, general public, he was speaking in this kind of outreach way. But devotees, they put their lives in the hands of Krishna. And our understanding is na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam vajagadisha kamaye. Mama janmani janmanishvare. Wherever you want me to take birth, I leave it to you. You decide where. You know what is best for me. And I don't want to control that. Because we as conditioned souls, we have this disease which is called kartritva, which means we want to control everything. And we want to control even our birth, but it's beyond our custody. It's in Krishna's hands. Therefore, we take birth there where Krishna wants us to be, where he feels that our mission will be, and our Prabhudatta Kshetra, the place where we will really attain perfection. Therefore, we can pray like Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying in his songs, that whenever or wherever I'll take birth, let me take birth in the family of a devotee, as a dog or as a worm, even as a bug, but just to be in the house of a devotee. This can be our prayer, but we are not picky, so this country I would like, this I would not like, this family I would like, this I would not like. In the New Age cycle, they speak like that. And I think that being a public outreach lecture, he was trying to build a bridge between those people and him, and therefore he used this language. He often does such things at the outreach lectures. But when you preach to devotees, it's another thing.
Gurudev, our goal is like prema, like gopis, gopi bhava. So it doesn't matter, I think, go to hell or go to heaven.
Narayana parasarvena kutashana bibhyati swarga pavarga narakesh apitulyartha darshanam. Bhagavatam is saying that for a devotee of the Lord, for him heaven, hell, earth is the same, apitulyartha darshanam. He's perceiving it as the same. Why? He's not bothered by it. He's fixed in his devotion. For he doesn't care. He'll serve in Turkey, in Romania, in USA, in Russia, in India. He's serving, He's, in that sense, he's peaceful. He doesn't mind. Therefore, yes, a devotee is perceiving equally all the material situation. For him is important the possibility to serve.
But I think you said or Guru Maharaj, you quoted from Guru Maharaj, if you have a chance to go, just go.
Yes, Guru Maharaj said that if at the time of death Krishna will offer you, would you like to come to the spiritual world or to remain in the material world? Guru Maharaj was joking and saying that don't tell Krishna that, Krishna, I want to remain in the material world, I want to preach. And Guru Maharaj said, don't be a savior, don't do that. If Krishna is offering you the possibility to go to the spirit, just go. Just go. Don't imagine yourself to be very, very spiritually strong person that you are ready to take another birth. So that's what I heard from Guru Maharaj.
Before I was praying that I want to serve Krishna wherever you want me to serve. But after that, I start to pray, please let me serve you. Just
Every devotee has an individual prayer. If you feel that, I know some devotees are praying that disciples of Prabhupada, that I unfortunately had so less association with Srila Prabhupada that I would like to take birth again in the association of Srila Prabhupada. I'm not interested in going straight to Vaikuntha or Goloka Vrindavan. So each devotee has his own mood, his own aspiration.
And so,
Manohar is asking what happens if somebody dies without consciousness, like coma and so on.
There is a verse in, I think it's from Kurma Purana. I saw this verse in which the Lord is saying that if my devotee, Lord Vishnu is saying, if my devotee somehow is not able to remember me at the time of death because he was bitten by a snake, because he was in coma of some disease, or the death was by an accident, very, very sudden, then I am thinking about my devotee. And if I am thinking about my devotee at the time of his death, he'll become liberated. Bhakti is a very not convenient, but very good deal.
you are winner in all.
Yeah, you always win.
That's why it's very.
May I ask one question? Once you said that loyalty to your spiritual master, it's listen his lecture, and yes, listen his lecture. So, but when you give lecture, it amazed me because you quote from so many different Tamal Krishna Goswami, Suhotra Swami, okay, Niranjana Maharaj, Bhakti Goswami, so many. So I just was thinking, how two big category of spiritual master you are listening, and it's not for this that you are not loyal, but I'm just interested. So many Maharajas lecture you are listening. It's mean, huh?
Yes, Guru Maharaj. First of all, he himself quotes a lot of shastras, a lot of reference to the previous acharyas, and even to his god brothers. Therefore, to be a loyal disciple, first of all, means that you are relishing the message of your spiritual master. Adau Guru Mukhat Shrutvat. That as a disciple, first of all, you are listening to the words of your Gurudev, your spiritual master. But our Gurudev often is saying that you should study shastras, you should study previous acharyas' books, you should be attentive to the experience of all the Vaishnavas around us. So therefore, as a priority of whom I'm quoting, usually maybe 60-70% of my ideas, they are coming from Guru Maharaj. 20 maybe from Srila Prabhupada, 30. But Guru Maharaj is translating anyway in Prabhupada's ideas. And then I also have some devotees to whom I have a great respect, like Bhaktivedanta Maharaj and other senior devotees that really helped me in my advancement. And those things that they spoke stuck in my heart, in my mind, in my memory, and therefore when it's appropriate I am sharing them. But I'm not sharing them in a way that this is the main message that I'm giving, I'm quoting. No, this is like additional things. But main line of my thought is formed by Guru Maharaj and by Srila Prabhupada.
Did you say Bhaktivinoda Maharaj?
No, Bhaktivedanta.
Bhaktivedanta.
From the previous topic, so the disciples of Srila...
Can you make some space? Yeah. You can come.
Sorry.
From the previous topic, so the disciples, some of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada thought that Srila Prabhupada remained for a while in material world. That's the reason they are asking to be next to him. So in my case, sometimes, many times I am finding myself like for example Arjuna Prabhu, Baladev Prabhu and their wives. Their lives are more interesting for me to be in spiritual world. So my desire to be a close disciple of a guru and serve closely, that kind of desire I cannot avoid, but it's still in myself and it's growing. Do you think it's a material desire that I have to somehow cut it? Because it is, I feel like I don't have so much desire to cause spiritual world. Maybe I desire more to come again and have a life with a close association, close service to a guru. So I don't know, it's a material desire or...
It's not black and white. You should understand why you want to be with your spiritual master. What's the reason to be around him? And why you are ready even to prefer being with the spiritual master and not to be with Krishna and the spiritual world. I mean, therefore, it's a matter of introversy, of thinking deeply why I want this.
Because I don't know Krishna so much, but I know my guru. I know that if I am close, I know I will improve faster. I can have all the opportunities to learn and change, and that's the reason. My attachments, because of my attachment.
If that is your motivation, I don't see any problem with that. I don't see any problem. Like Prabhupada once was asked that if Srila Prabhupada, I'm not thinking about Krishna, but I'm thinking about you at the time of death. What will happen? And Prabhupada said, you'll go back home to Krishna, because the spiritual master and Krishna are non-different. So if your motivation of why you are meditating on the spiritual master is pure, because you just want to serve, he's non-different from Krishna and you get the same benefits.
So with this kind of meditation, if Krishna wants me, even with this kind with this kind of desire, even I can go to spiritual world. I don't have to force myself to create a desire to go spiritual. With this desire, Krishna decide I remain or I go.
As we heard yesterday, there are two types of sevakas. Sadharana sevakas and Vishesha Guru sevakas. Vishesha Guru sevaka is preoccupied more with serving his Gurudev. And we know in the Shastras there is a story, very wonderful story, that Shachinand Maharaj often was retelling about a disciple by the name Bandhu. So anyway, the idea is that when Krishna came to Bandhu and said, Bandhu, just remain with me in the Goloka Vrindavan in my pastimes. And Bandhu said, is my Guru Maharaj, Nanda Kishore Goswami, already in the spiritual world? And Krishna said, unfortunately no, he has some things to do. And Bandhu said, then I'm not going, because without my Gurudev I'm not going. Therefore, yeah, it's natural for a disciple in the mood of Vishesha Guru Sevaka to have this mindset, and then Krishna is deciding. He's taking him, he's leaving him with his Gurudev and so on.
And also, once you said that.
Can I ask one thing about that?
Yes.
Krishna, you said Gurudev, Krishna is deciding if he's taking the disciple or giving the disciple to the Guru one more lifetime. What is your opinion? Which is better?
It's better what Krishna decides. And Krishna knows our history. He knows this history, the CV of every devotee. He's like a doctor who knows the whole history of the disease. Therefore, he's taking the final decision he's taking. It's up to him. Therefore, in one case, maybe better that the disciple will remain with his Gurudev serving. In other case, it will be better for him to leave and to go. No black and white.
You said that we have this level with relationship with your spiritual master, which is deeper and deeper. But maybe I forgot the name.
İki seviye.
Anuragya or something. Yes. So if we reach the Krishna Prem or spiritual world, go back to Krishna before we, without reaching level with your spiritual master, final level, I think.
Again, as I said, technically, if we did not attain the level of bhava, we'll have to take birth again in the material world in some special conditions that Krishna will arrange, which will be maximum favorable for our further advancement. But in some cases, Krishna can intervene, or Lord Chaitanya can intervene, and even if a devotee did not attain perfection, did not purify himself completely, Lord Chaitanya, by his mercy, is giving amnesty. Again, each devotee will be, his fate will be decided by Lord Chaitanya, by Lord Krishna individually.
Do your best.
Yeah, individually according to what will be the best for this devotee. Krishna is never thinking what would be the best for me. And this should be the mood of preachers, the mood of counselors, the mood of senior devotees. Not to think what is best for me, but what is best for the devotees I am serving. And this is the mood coming from the spiritual world, coming from Krishna. That's his mindset.
Servanthood.
Yeah, because if it would be according to his desire, we'd be immediately transported to the spiritual world. But he wants us to learn. He wants us to perfect ourselves. And he has the tolerance. And he's giving the space. Like a good parent is giving the space to his kid. He's not shocking him, that I love you so much, you should stay nearby me. You want, you don't want, I don't care, I love you. No, a good parent is giving the space to his kid. In the same way Krishna is doing, and he's deciding according to the benefit of each individual devotee.
Do we have time?
Yeah.
I have a question. Can you translate? Bu durumda biz kızımızın yurt dışında okuması ve bu zamana kadar bütün bilimsel araştırmalar yapması için çok fazla kaynak sağladık ve sağlamaya devam ediyoruz.
In this case, we give so much opportunity to our daughter. Now she's studying in another country.
Yani bazen düşünüyorum, aslında çok sık düşünüyorum şu anda. İyi mi yapıyorum, kötü mü yapıyorum? Yani bilmiyorum.
Lately, I am thinking so much if it is good that I am providing so much to her for his scientific investigation, and I spend so much things for that. Is it good or not?
you should feel that you did the best for her.
Onun için en iyisini yaptığını hissetmen lazım.
And usually parents are doing the best for their kids.
Genelde de aileler çocuklar için en iyisini yapar.
And I'm sure both of you with your husband, you thought a lot about what to give her, what direction to guide her and so on.
Eminim eşinle birlikte onun için çok düşünmüşsünüzdür. Ona ne vereceğiniz, onu hangi yöne yönlendireceğiniz.
And you remember when we were at your house, I asked how she's feeling being in USA.
Ve hatırlarsan evinde de sana sormuştum Amerika'da olmakla nasıl hissediyor diye.
And I felt that you miss her,
Ve sen anladığım kadarıyla da senin çok özlediğini hissettim.
but you said that she's feeling very well there.
Ama o orada çok iyi hissediyormuş.
So if she's happy, if she's satisfied, then you should be happy in spite of missing her.
Eğer o mutluysa o zaman sen de yani özlemene rağmen onun için mutlu olmalısın.
Otherwise, she can stay with you at home.
Ya da seninle evde kalabilir.
You'll be happy, but she will not be happy.
Sen mutlu olabilirsin ama o mutlu olmayabilir.
Therefore, this is the sacrifice we are doing for our kids.
Çocuklarımız için yaptığımız bir fedakarlık oluyor bu.
And the same thing, as I said, we as counselors, as senior devotees, as preachers. I remember at the GBC college they taught us that the formula was something like
Psikolojide bir formül vermişler.
act locally, think globally.
Lokal olarak hareket et ama global düşün.
So act locally means that you do what the best you can do, either for a devotee, for a kid.
Lokal olarak hareket etmek demek bir adanın için ya da çocuğun için en iyisini yapmak
But
demek.
think globally, also think about her desire, about her intention in life.
Ama global olarak düşmek de o ne istiyor, onun niyetine, ona da bakmak.
Okay. Ama bu noktada ona verdiğimiz parayı Krishna için bir şeyler yapmak için kullanabilirdik ama kullanamıyoruz.
But in that case we are spending money for her. This money we could use for Krishna also.
But you have a duty for your daughter,
Yeah.
and this is the duty before Krishna. You think Krishna would be happy that your daughter will starve, or your daughter will not have clothes, or your daughter will not have education, and I'm serving Krishna.
Olmazsa Krishna mutlu olacak yani bunda.
No, Krishna. We have two types of dharma in life.
Bizim iki çeşit dharmamız var.
We have Gauna dharma, which means our mundane dharma,
Dünyevi dharmamız
and we have Mukhya dharma, or dharma towards Krishna.
ve Krishna'ya olan dharmamız, mukhya
And
dharma.
both should be fulfilled,
İkisini de gerçekleştirmemiz
especially
lazım.
when we are in the Grihastha ashrama.
Özellikle de Grihastha aşramındayız.
Bir keresinde Guru Maharaj şey demişti. Guru Maharaj'ın derslerini para veriyordum kızıma, o Türkçe'ye çeviriyordu.
Once she was giving money to her daughter and the daughter translated the classes of Guru Maharaj but without knowing. Bilmiyordu değil mi öyle yaptığını, para al, yani senin verdiğini bilmiyordu
Kim bilmiyordu?
kızın.
Biliyor.
Ha, biliyor muydu?
Ben
Okay.
kızıma para veriyordum.
She knows, the daughter knows also. They are giving money for her that she translate the class of Guru Maharaj.
Yani Guru Maharaj bunu duyunca dedi ki neden ona para veriyorsun? Onun sana para vermesi lazım.
And Guru Maharaj said that why you are paying him? She should pay you for this.
That's why biraz kafam
So
karışmıştı.
that's the reason I was confused.
No, you should, like Prabhupada taught in the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, that the Grihastha should keep money for his family, keep money for the unexpected
Expansion.
emergency situations, and give money to the service of Guru and Krishna.
Yani Grihasthalar, Srila Prabhupāda'nın Rabçetan Örtüleri kitabında anlattığı gibi bir Grihastha kenara ailesi için para koymalı, acil durumlar için para koymalı, bir de Guru ve Vaishnavalara hizmet etmek için para koymalı.
Ondan kalan para oraya harcayacağım.
Kızıma.
Yok, aile bir,
Ha, Krishna.
emergency 2, kaldığı para Krishna'nın.
So she's saying first is family, second is emergency, third then if you have time, money, then Guru and Vaishnava.
No.
Or
No, I don't make an accent. What is first? What is second?
Yes.
You just divide it. This is for Guru Krishna. This is for family. This is for emergency.
Evet, yani 1, 2, 3 değil, ayrı ayrı böleceksin.
So for Guru and Krishna, of course, we as devotees, first of all, this is going for devotional service. Then it go for family and for emergency.
Yani Adana'nın olduğumuz için de aslında önce Guru ve Vaishnavalar olması
Like
lazım.
Srila Prabhupada example, he was sannyasi, but he protect family, protect child, protect wife, protect.
Yes.
Sannyasi olmasına rağmen ailesini korumuştu, çocuklarını, eşini.
Thank you.
Even being a sannyasi, Prabhupada still provided them a pension, lifetime pension.
Evet, onlara ömür boyu bir maaş gibi bir
And
şey
those
vermiş.
money were coming from ISKCON to his family.
Ve İSKCON'dan geliyordu.
And we could think that why Srila Prabhupada spent Krishna's money, for his non-devotee family members.
Biz neden Srila Prabhupada Krishna'nın parasını Adana'nın olmayan ailesine harcıyor diye düşünebilirdik.
But again, it was dharmic, it was the correct thing to do.
Ama bu darbik, yapılması gereken doğru şey.
And he was preaching. People see he protect family. He wonderful devotee.
Yani
Example.
o bir preacher olarak örnek oluyordu. Harika bir adam ve onları koruyordu. Bize örnek olması gereken bir şey.
Thank you very much. Very nice.
So
They open here.
they opened.
Çok teşekkür ederim.